Now let's look at income taxes in decanting. And for purposes of income taxes, we're going to focus on whether or not decanting causes gain recognition. So the general rule for gain recognition is found under Code Section 1001, and that provides that a taxpayer only realizes gain or loss when the taxpayer sells or disposes of property in exchange for property that is materially different. As I said, decanting is normally not considered a realization event under Code Section 1001. However, an exception to that could be where the decanting results in a beneficiary having an interest in a trust, in the second trust, that is materially different from the beneficiary's interest in the first trust. So what does that mean? So we have to look at the definition of materially different. The definition can be found through a Supreme Court case from the 1980s called Cottage Savings and Loan v. Commissioner. And this is a case where a bank exchanged mortgages with other banks. And as a result of the exchange of mortgages, it received different secured interests and has different obligors under the mortgages. Because of that, on its 1980 income tax return, Cottage Savings and Loan claimed a loss on Schedule D of the adjusted difference of the value of the mortgage interest it received and the value of the mortgage interest that it gave up. The IRS challenged this, and as a result, the question became, was this a realization event for income tax purposes? So this case made it up to the Supreme Court, and in its decision, the court focused on the definition of materially different, because if the properties exchanged were materially different, then it would result in a recognition event. And the Supreme Court stated that properties are materially different if their respective possessors enjoyed legal entitlements that are different in kind or extent or confer different powers and rights. The court found that that the exchange resulted in a receipt of property that was materially different because the loans involved were made to different obligors and secured by different properties. In addition, the terms of the loans were different. So this rule was later applied to a trust in PLR 2002-31011. And in this PLR, the taxpayer asked whether the conversion of a beneficiary's right to receive a fixed dollar amount from the trust each year to the right to receive a percentage of the trust each year would lead to a realization event under 1001. And in its analysis in the letter ruling, the IRS found that the legal entitlements under the proposed change would be different from the one at the beneficiary results, and as a result, it would be a realization event for purposes of Code Section 1001.